The 1950s were such a great time in the American history, and what was really cool is that I had older parents that were actually raised in around that time. My dad graduated high school in the 50s. He met my mom in the late 50s. And in this video, I'm going to digitally enhance one of my mom and dad's photos when they were first dating. And it's really a great picture, but it's got a lot of flaws. So we're gonna work on enhancing that, first fixing it, and then enhancing it in this video. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned and we're gonna work on it right now. Let's get to it. Hey there, Steve Klein here. We're in my den now, and you might remember this photo here where we looked at my parents in January of 1958. And this was up in the cabin in the woods near the Oregon coast where her dad, my grandpa, had a cabin, had some property up there, and they were at the beach just relaxing and enjoying their time up there. And you might remember this photo I found before that when they were there the November, just like a few months before that. And I restored this one as well as the one where she was right here next to the car looking like a model. It looked like a 1940s style outfit there or a 50s retro. It was pretty cool. Well, in this episode, I'm going to go over a photo that I recently found in that same location I didn't know existed of my dad. Yeah, he was taking the pictures of my mom for sure next to his 57, 58 Ford Fairlane there. But this is the one we're going to take a look at. Check this out. This is my dad looking all dapper here with this. He's looking so GQ, right? I mean, look at this stylish pants and the shoes. And I think he might even have a ring on there. Nice watch. And he probably said, hey, take a picture of me. Look at the shirts in the back too. It said they're hanging up. Real nice dress shirts. So we're going to go into this photo here, and you might want to see up here, there's little speckles, little black speckles all over. In the back here, you got stuff all over the car. It looks like a little hair here from the scan. Something here, a line here, another line here. These are all scratches on the photo. This is not, of course, the real life. So what we're going to do is we're going to touch this up. At first, we're going to use our healing tool, do a lot of the touch up on this photo first, and then we're going to take a pass through one of my AI tools that I absolutely love. It's called Topaz. Well, I don't love it in that way, but I like the tool. It's very useful. And let's get into this. So first I'm going to open up in, this is a TIFF file, tag image formatting file. So I'm going to open it up in Photoshop. Boom. Okay, so right away, I don't know if I like the exposure. I'm going to do an auto tone. That actually looks a little bit better already, but I don't want to. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that because I think that just giving it a little bit of an auto tone really helps. I'm using my healing brush right here in the grass. You see right there where it was a little bit white. Like the edge of the picture was either cut off or it didn't get cropped right. Not sure which. But either way, I'm going to fix that. Okay, now I'm going to go into the sky a little bit here. Or actually, where do I start? Let's start right there. I'm going to click here. There's something on my dad's chin. I don't know if that's reflective light. I'm not going to take any chances, though. I'm going to remove it. This could be a wrinkle in the shirt, but I don't think so because the line, I don't know if you notice, it went straight across his arm, and it wasn't the same shade as the other. This could be collared up here, so I'm not going to touch that up, but I'm going to get these little speckles off of his shirt. Little bit of thing on his hand there. I know he's had some scars, but I don't think that's a scar. I think that's the line, just like this thing is a line here. There's a little bit of a line here going through his pants. I'm just going to click on these areas because notice that they're shaded differently too. So this part here is a line on the car, so I got to be careful. I might actually leave that there because it might, I might just leave that line there because that could be a line of the car. See the speckles on his pants right there? There might be a easier way of doing this, probably with some of the built-in Adobe tools. But like I've said in the past, if you do this through one of those tools, you run the risk of losing detail. And I do not like losing any detail whatsoever. I'd rather do this for a few minutes to retain the detail in the original picture than to not. Look at this. I don't know if you noticed that. That's right there on the car. That's the fender guards. Those are the things I told you in the last video, where these things would rub up against a curb and you could hear it based on the metal coil. This is a little metal rod. It had little coils on it. It made sound as it brushed up against the curb. That's basically all it was. And so a guy could hear if they were too close to a curb. Now, of course, we have self-driving cars, which is crazy to think about, that will actually go ahead and sense how far you are away from the curb and determine if you are too close automatically, which is pretty cool. So I just got rid of the hair there. I don't know if you saw that. And right here, look at this on the door. I clicked on here because I didn't want to ruin that bumper. And I clicked one single click on this line. And that's what you want to do too. If you ever have a line like this, click on the line separately. Don't do this. Watch what happens. Well, actually, it still doesn't look too bad, but it does smear it a little bit. So I try to avoid doing it that way. Okay, I'm getting some on the door. Okay, so now I'm working my way back to the quarter panel. Incidentally, this cabin that my mom and dad are at, this was in the family for a number of years. It actually ended up being given from my grandpa to one of his sons, which was my mom's brother. So we ended up having a place to stay because her brother would let us stay there and park our family trailer there during the summer months. And we had a place to stay. It wasn't really on the Oregon coast, meaning like it wasn't a ocean view, but it was a really nice view. I mean, not a nice view, but a nice venue. There you go. A nice venue, because then we could be there at the beach, go crabbing, go fishing, deep sea fishing. We did a lot of that. A lot of times I'd feed the fish more than I caught them. So I didn't go deep sea fishing too often, but when I did, it was fun. But this was a really great venue, and it stayed in with the family, this whole area, for quite a few years. And we'd go up there as kids. We'd go in the gift shop, but we'd go whale watching. A lot of people went whale watching there because it was close to the ocean, where at a point in the on the Pacific coast, where when you were near the rock cliff, it wasn't a beach, it was like a rock face. The ocean was super deep in that location, and the whales would come inland more, where you could actually see them. And so if you were over this cliff where the rock formations were, you'd actually be able to see them, which was really cool. Okay, I don't know what this black artifact is here. I'm going to zoom out. Oh, and look at these lines over here. I got to get those lines. Let's do that right now. Even though I'm zoomed out, it's actually a little bit easier to see them. See that? For those, I'm actually just streaking it across like that. That's pretty much okay for those. But yeah, they're gone now. I don't see them. Do you? There's one there. Okay, so let's make our healing tool super big. Look at that. Let's see what happens here. Whoa, that's actually pretty good. I just wanted to give it a little bit better look than looking like some smoke or something got on there. Now it just looks like it could be a big dark cloud, which I think it might have even been a real big dark cloud. So let me zoom in on this one. Oh yeah, see, there's little artifacts that you can't really see until you zoom in. All right, so now Let's see here. Yeah, though. I don't know why I just yelled like that. Okay, well. There's a hair there. This might be a part of the gutter, so I want to leave that there. These are speckles, speckles, speckles. This is a scratch in the photo. You're probably saying, well, how do you know that, Steve? I don't, but it just doesn't look natural. Just like right there doesn't look natural. And there's the little streak. Oops. I got to take my healing tool way down because I don't want to. I want to be careful around these areas because there's my dad's head right there. Don't want to mess his head up. He's got a little bit of hair up here too. You know, he was a bald man, but it was a little bit more hair on the top when he was younger, and then it just kind of lost it. But it didn't lose all of it. Just he still had the sides, you know, like the typical male pattern baldness. I think that's good. Oh no, over here, look at this. What a mess. All right, well, let's start doing this. I don't like that. Let me undo that. That's better. We'll scratch there. Little hair up here. And then down here, scratch here. Scratch here. There's an anti-scratch in Adobe's tool. I think I might have mentioned that already. Don't know if I want to do that here though. Oh, there's one on the screen door here. Fairlane has this hair there, there, whatever that is. Something in the, oh gosh, that didn't look good. Here? No, here. Here. Oh yeah, earlier I was looking at that, remember? And I didn't want to touch it because I wasn't sure if it was the actual car. It's definitely not. By the wheel here, got some speckles there. I'm touching this up, smoothing that out. And then, woo, I want to go over here. Yeah, this front of this car here, it doesn't look too good. Okay, so now, right now I'm just I'm seeing what I think could be artifacts. I'm not really sure 100%, but I think they are. And so I'm just kind of going through here and cleaning this up a little bit because I want to do it justice for my dad. Because after all, look at how dapper he looks. He looks all dressed up. You know, he took some time to have my mom take a photo of him like this. And she was more or less in the photos that he was taking because he was having a good time taking a picture of the two things he thought were beautiful, the car and his girlfriend, date, soon to be fiance. I don't know when they got engaged. Rumor has it she was a runaway bride that he ended up having to follow down to Redondo Beach, where they were married in California. But again, that I can neither confirm nor deny that. I can more confirm it than I can deny it. It's just the stories that we were told, and they've got pictures to prove it. Let's see. So if we go over here, I don't like the way this door, I mean, granted the photo is a little bit older, but yeah, maybe I can just do that. I'm just worried about how this door is going to come out when we restore it. So that's why I'm kind of smoothing it over a little bit with this healing tool. Let me reduce the size, get this thing on the door, get that. Or is that my, I think that's might be on my screen. I'm going to leave that there because I think that might be on the picture. Maybe a seagull got him, or maybe that's the actual knob to turn it. I don't know if you see that thing back down there. I don't want to do too much more on this. I think I'm going to wrap it. Let's look at it again. Could be better, but I think it's a heck of a lot better than it was. Let me save this. Okay. So now it's saved, and now I'm going to export it, and we're going to export it into I'm going to do the highest resolution. Okay, so now that's saved. Launching GigaPixel. Okay, so now we have it in GigaPixel. We're going to go and take that same photo that I had in Photoshop here, and then we're going to drop it to here. Whoa. That's really close up. So the problem is the facial recognition isn't even turned on. Let me turn it on. It's trying to recognize his face, but it's not doing a very good job of it because it's so far away and it's blurry. It's really blurry. So now notice how it says it's updating. Updating. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Look at that. It did bring out a lot of details out of his face, and it kept it to a strength of 32. I mean, if we move this up to like 90 or 89, it's going to look too out of place. Let's look at 81. Actually, that looks pretty darn good. Knowing my dad and how he looks, this is, it's not really him fully, but that's a kind of a good representation. Let's go back down to 32. 32. I have a better picture of him in another photo. Well, you saw the photo that we did recently, which was this one right here. So that's a really good, better picture, clearer picture. But look at that. Man, that is just, wow. Look at that. It really brought back a lot of his facial features. I can go to Art CG, but that's going to be too artificial. HQ is probably not going to be clear. Let's take a look at it. Actually, HQ looks pretty good. It strikes a balance between over the top restoration that might not look natural, and it strikes a balance between that and actually making it look like a regular photo, blends in with a regular photo. But the low resolution doesn't look too bad either. If I zoom this out, let's see what it looks like from a distance. It's updating. It's updating. It is done. It's hard to tell. Every time I scroll in or scroll out, it has to redo it. So it's repainting it now. So overall, I missed some things here. Is that inside the car or outside? There's this little line right here and a right here and over there. I don't like them because they might be natural. I just don't like the way they're making the picture look. So I'm gonna have to remove them. Dang it. Well, what I'll do is I'll restore first, and then we can go back and get those things after the fact. But look at that. Oh wait, it's not updating. This is scanned at a higher quality, so I noticed that when I was upscaling it, I was upscaling it super big. I don't need to be doing that. But I might want to if I take the facial recovery off, what does that do? I think it's worse without the facial recovery, to tell you the truth. You almost need that facial recovery. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that on there because it does look it looks a lot better than without. I don't know about low resolution is the best. I'm going to leave it at 4x, not 6x. And gosh, I see more artifacts. But I'm going to let it restore this. I'm going to let it save this. And then we're going to open it up and clean it up a little bit more with Photoshop. This is exciting. It's like restoring a little bit of history. Okay, I'm going to share something with you here. This is really interesting. Take a look at this. So this is up here is where I edited the first picture that we just saw. And it was 1,846 kilobytes. So that's 1.8 megs. And check this out. This is the one I upscaled with the Topaz tool, the low resolution scale 4X. Look at this. 15 megs, like 15,691 kilobytes. Wow, that's big. That's like a big one. But that's because there's more information. So when I bring that into Photoshop, I should still be able to heal some stuff with the healing brush. Let's see, where was I? There was something here, and then over here on the car, there's this thing back there, and then there's this thing right here. And there's something there. I don't quite know if that's natural, but I'm going to go ahead and remove it anyway because it doesn't look natural to me. I mean, it could have been like I was going to think of like a coat hanger in the back, maybe, but it just didn't seem right. So I'm going to undo that because I didn't like that either. So let me zoom back. Let me zoom back out as soon as I finish clicking. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's save this. Close that. And now let's look at before and after. So here's the original. Remember we had all those scrapes, those speckles, stuff on my dad's shirt, something in his face. There's this scratch here. We got over all these stuff on the screen door, blemishes everywhere, including on the car. We took that and then we edited all that out. And then we still had some artifacts after that. We ran it through Topaz and we got something that looks now like this. You know, and I often think about this photo is that this is what sparked my mom and dad wanting to take us kids to the beach all the time, is because their love originated from going to the beach together and taking in those beautiful scenery of the ocean, waves. This caused my uncle from Colorado to come and see the ocean for the first time and just fall in love with going out deep sea fishing with my uncle and my aunts and all my cousins being together. Just, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Well, let me save this one last time. So again, here's our before. Here's our after edits. Here's before, after edits. Yes, that looks great. So let me get back out here again and show you the final product. So the one on the left is before the enhancement. The one on the right is with the enhancements. It definitely brought out his face with the AI face enhancer. The AI tool also, the upscaler also upscaled his watch. You can see that a little bit more detailed. This ring here, I don't know what that is, but that's a little bit more visible. And the shirts inside the car you could see a lot better. We got rid of those speckles, remember, on the door handle. It's clean now. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm happy. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comments section below. I'd love to hear them. And did you guys have any special place that your parents went to or took you to as a result of them coming together? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear about your family experience. And until the next time, this is Steve Klein saying, live life to the fullest. Remember, family is everything. God first, family a close second. And I'll see you in the next video. Would you like to see another photo of my mom and dad when they were dating and I can restore it to you to 100% quality? Check this one out over here. Yeah, it's over there somewhere. Over there. Don't. Don't look at me. Look over there. Over there. I'll see you in the next video.